as promised, MonsterArts time once again with the second release in the series, Mecha-Godzilla. Oh, the giant robot kaiju that started a whole mess of versus movies that I still can't get enough of today. You can see here, again, he's the modern one, and that's probably for the best, just on the terms of detailing, because, well, he's kind of thin on it this time. Here, again, we're going to start by taking you on a tour of the toy's details, just so you get a good look at them. You can see some nice machine details all the way around the head. And what I really like, translucent eyes. Really nice touch. You know, of course they do it for Kamen Rider all the time, but it's just nice to see it here. See, the mouth does open and close, so yeah, you can get that just the way you need it. Interlocking teeth. What I like the most, this would have been so easy to just mold in and just, you know, make it cheap. I like that they went to the extra effort to actually make it an independent piece and actually make it look correct. Collar details continuing. You can see a lot simpler than Godzilla. Of course, he doesn't have scales to recreate, or back fins, or at least on a huge level. You can see the piping in the arms, you know, things you'd see on the suit that might not be necessarily accurate to a robot, I'm sure. Hands, individually painted, as well as little line details just to separate all the pieces of the fingers. A little bit more detailing here on the midsection, going down on the thighs, lots of interlocking armor, things you normally see on a Transformer, I feel like. And down to the feet, which, I will tell you, are die-cast. So he's got a little bit more of a heavy balance to him, which is always nice to see. And the tail, much shorter. Again, more accurate detailing. Also, all the fins all the way up the back. A lot more solid, a lot more rigid and uniform than Godzilla's. And just the back of the head, just to finish it off. He is very simple in comparison. Here, I might as well show you the piping in the middle, too. Because you know, everything. Showing you everything. I like even the back of the knees. They kept that piping detail. Just so they don't break the illusion anywhere they possibly can. So, SH Arts lines continue their high quality in that standard. Now, I promised that with a new toy comes improved articulation over Godzilla. And that's in spades here. The robotic design, because of its simpler molding, has a lot more freedom to have joints and have a lot more range of posability. This one is a drastic improvement to Godzilla in that regard. The head, all the way around. As I showed you, the mouth does open and close. You have a waist and torso joint that work really well. You also have arm joints that move outward at any angle. In fact, they have the figure art thing of the extended ball joint from the chest. Double jointed elbows that actually go to 90 degrees. Ball jointed wrists for full posability. You also have hip joints which, again in the figure art way, do extend out for higher kick poses. Not that he would ever do that, but you can. The hips move forward. This is where it is similar to Godzilla again, the limited knees, but bulky legs, I can handle that. Again, you do have the ankles, which are a little tight, but they do work. There's a little bit of a little guard there just to hide any of the gaps it's going to create. You know, and it's the same, it's got something of a stem and then a ball joint, just so you have a little bit more range of motion there, as well as you can probably see by now, a tilt in his feet, which, you know, by the way, yeah, ankle tilt. Love the ankle tilt. You really can't get away with not doing an ankle tilt anymore. Yeah, the tail has absolutely no articulation. It's kind of just a big chunk of plastic. But there you go. That is the articulation I'm looking for out of an arts line. Very, very well done. Very much improved. Also improved is the accessory count. For starters, just like you'd be used to on lines like this, he does have alternate hands. Pop off, pop on just like you would any of the other arts lines. Double jointed wrists there, I still love those. And now you have the straight hand for firing off his little finger missiles. So if you want to do that, you can. It's amazing. It's almost like it's a feature or something. Another feature is a separate piece for his stomach. I've been told this is a grenade. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I've seen one of MechaGodzilla's movies. I really should have gone back and looked before I did this review. Yeah, but to do this, to attach this, you actually have to kind of pull his torso off, pull this out, and then plug this in. All it really does is add that detail to his chest. Can you imagine it in his chest? Yes, you can. Okay, I'm not doing it then. You can imagine it. Just take my word for it. He does it. The other thing he does, and this one I will take a little bit of time to do, he also forms a swimming pose. However, for some reason they decided to include extra tail pieces, and, well, I'll get to it when I get to it, I guess. The tail comes off like so. Clip the new one on, which goes a little bit straighter. Oh, very heavily clips on. Come on. Oh, there we go. This tail is being stubborn. Pull off the head. Oh, he doesn't have that little dome head in the center. Ah, well, we can't have everything. Oh, you have to remove this one too. Pop. And replace it with this piece. It says new neck piece, just so you can have him in his swimming pose. We streamline him the same way we did Godzilla, though I guess this is flying, isn't it? Okay, swimming pose, flying pose. There he is. MechaGodzilla can fly! Bravo! So, I like that they included that, but I really don't see why he had to have so many extra pieces to do it. This really feels like something that they could have done, you know, without having to part swap this. This just gives you more pieces to lose when a few joints probably would have covered this. You know, especially in the tail. I mean, really, is there that much difference in the two tails? Not really. In fact, I'm hard-pressed to tell the difference between which one. And I guess I should also point out, he also comes with effect parts, though his are a little bit more versatile. It seems that even in the things Godzilla did really well, he still has to one-up. In his case, it's a big digital crystal beam thing. Ooh, pretty. Again, the light is so bright, you're not really getting the rainbow color effect. There you go. Really is cool. It looks like he's firing pure 8 bits at his enemy. No fancy stand this time. It's just a green hill. So, well, not perfect. Once again, open up the mouth. And honestly, I'm not even sure if this is the right angle or not. Not sure if this is the right way or not. But this is the way it seems to fit in his mouth the best. Well, if you can do it the other way, do it the other way. Yeah. So yeah, firing digital pixels. And I will say, even if I'm not sure which end actually goes into his mouth, yeah, it's not that end. Yeah, definitely this one. I will say I am glad that the tip is a little bit more universal. Since it's not fanned out in some big impact blast, I can pose him just like this however long I want, and it still looks like he's doing something proper. Doesn't look like he's hitting any invisible enemies, which is great. That is pretty much the bulk of this figure. You're getting a ton of articulation, you're getting a bit of die cast, which I know is important to some of you, and, well, it's a great representation of MechaGodzilla. Is there a downside to this? Well, yeah. I'll be honest with you. One reason I really liked Godzilla so much was because of how solid he was. The fact is, on MechaGodzilla, the same cannot be said. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, he just feels really hollow. I guess because of all the interchanging pieces, he ends up being made differently. And I wouldn't say he feels cheap, but he definitely does not feel like the Rock that Godzilla was. Also, his hips do tend to be a little bit looser because of those die-cast feet. So, it might be a little bit of a trick to pose him, but then again, he can pose in ways that you would never expect out of Mecha-Godzilla. So, that is my final verdict on the first two SH MonsterArts releases. If you're looking for high posability, then I would say go for MechaGodzilla here. If you want something more solid with an incredible load of detail, then the original Big G is your pick. Either one are fine toys in their own way. The difference is really all up to you. Both of these did come from HobbyLink Japan. As I say every single time, yes, I know. But trust me, it's a good place to go for these guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, this guy has a long overdue lawsuit with the Dragon Zord. His image. Gotta maintain his image now. And you need to work out. Do some yoga. Ugh.